Hello, hello. How y'all doing? Feeling good? Feeling better today? Rough start to the beginning of the week. I know I had a rough start to the beginning of the week, so this is our happy place. Feeling good. Namaste. We're gonna rally. We're gonna bounce back tonight. It's gonna be a good night. We are gonna be doing something a little more abstract. I said it's picnic night, where friends gather to have food and beverage and enjoy the outdoors. Well, we're not gonna do that. We're in studio, but we're still gonna have a picnic. So, I got my picnic plate. I got my fork. And I brought some tin foil, because everybody's got tin foil when they're at a picnic, right? You gotta cover up your leftovers so the ants don't get it. So we got some household kitchen supplies, and we're gonna have fun with that. So we're gonna make some magic with some plates and forks and tin foil. All right. So we're gonna kind of get right after that. We are using a 16 by 20 blank white canvas. I think maybe we might use a black canvas next for something fun. So we are gonna go ahead and I just rolled up some tape and put that on this plate. And we are gonna get this attached to the upper corner of our piece here tonight. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of flatten this down. Flatten these edges down. Some paper plates are better than others. You can cut out just a piece of cardboard or crepe paper or whatever you want to use, but tonight we're using this paper plate because it's easy, it's accessible. We got lots of them. We put our paints on it. We're all about using what we got, folks. So use what you got. So we're taping this down. And I will get this down here for you guys. So you won't see me for a second. We'll get you zoomed in here so you can watch the magic happen. Cool? Very good. Sorry, adjusting. Cool. So kind of got this paper plate taped down here. Hopefully it'll stay down. Looks like it wants to move. So we're gonna have to hold this paper plate as we do this project. Now, what we have for colors is we have a dark ink spot blue, a little bit lighter turquoise, an even lighter teal, and whoa, sorry, I lost you guys. Whoa, sorry about that. My tripod bailed on you. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. It's like dropping a phone call. Whoa, phone's on the floor. All right, so we got 4 different shades of blue. We might throw in a little yellow. We got some white, and we got some black. So we're gonna kind of get started on this, and I'm not really gonna tell you what I'm doing. You're just gonna kind of watch and see how this kind of unfolds. We are gonna have some fun with this. Again, this is kind of a technique you've seen me use a little bit before with just dropping some drops on here. And using this as kind of our palette to start with. We're just varying the shades throughout the sky. Oop, I kind of give you a clue of what this is. Couldn't kind of already tell. Last but not least, little sea foam color in here. Cool. Then we got our white. I'm gonna get really brave and drop a couple hints of yellow in here. Just for giggles. Okay. Now, I don't want to get too muddy with this, so I'm going to kind of just have this nice big poofy brush here. And I'm just going to kind of, since this is supposed to stay in one spot, okay? So we're going to kind of use this, kind of come across, and just fill this in, okay? And we're just kind of taking long strokes at this. More of a puffy kind of cloud. I'm gonna actually grab just a hint of white because I don't want this to be all super black like this. That might be a little bit much. Okay. That'll blend out, don't worry. We got enough black up there. We'll just kind of go over a little bit. It'll end up being a little more gray. Okay, now we're not really just painting this, we're just kind of spreading it. And you'll see here in a second why we're doing this. We'll get all the way around this plate. Make sure we're getting all coverage on all this stuff here. Sorry if I'm in your way. Alright, so kind of coming through here. I'm gonna that purple in there, darken up that sky a little bit.
You're listening to free programming on Amazon Music. Want to play any song at any time? With Amazon Music Unlimited, you can access 50 million songs whenever you want. Just ask, try Amazon Music Unlimited.
All right, now we got quite a bit of paint on here, but we don't want to. We don't want to flatten it all out because
your wardrobe is sure to thank you.
We got some texture coming in here in a second.
So affordable. Discover Button Down exclusively at Amazon.
We don't want to leave streaky marks though, like where we stopped our brush halfway through this line.
Your best bud's at his best when he feels his best, which starts with what's in his bowl. Our recipes are formulated with the help of veterinarians.
So this is kind of a personal preference on where you want these lines to end up at.
Try Wag Dog Food today and get 25% off your first trial bag. To learn more, visit Amazon.com/WAG.
Cool.
That's Amazon.com/WAG.
I'm gonna hint this with just a hint of yellow in here. Okay, cool. I like it. All right. Set that aside and grab your tin foil. Crumple it up so it's kind of got a tight little pattern there. We don't want a lot of flat spots to it or any points to it. It would add some rises and things like that. Because what we're going to do is come in here. Texturize this. Now this does work a lot better if you have thicker paint. This kind of thinned out a little bit with that brush. I didn't quite get it as thick as I wanted it, but this is going to kind of add some texture to it and add us sorry, this is getting kind of funky on me. Normally we'd have that taped down. So on and so forth. This is kind of like what we would use with a sponge. We're just kind of texturizing this with this, you know, you can use different sides if you want. Give you a little different texture spots, just like with the sponge. You Are you moving it around and that sort of thing? I guess you kind of want to go in the same pattern so that you're not transferring colors a whole lot. So you want to stay in the same shape down through here. Get right to that edge. Not too worried about the plate moving around right now. Got some white popping through, that's kind of neat. Some yellow. Alright, we're gonna kind of come up to here since we do have a little of this yellowy white color, and maybe throw in some high upper clouds in here. This is gonna be a little more abstract, kind of what we're theming out here for a little bit. So don't worry about this. We're gonna kind of throw in a color down here that's gonna kind of cover up that. Okay, so we have some of that color in there. Let's kind of come up in here, that lighter color. That'll kind of highlight in the sky there. A couple higher clouds. Cool, I like it. We're gonna use just a couple more there. That looks cool. All right. So, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter right now. All right, so we do need some stars in this sky. So, as you've seen in the past with what we do for stars, get this toothbrush that is not toothpaste, that is white paint, and we are gonna spackle the crap out of this for some stars. Get right close there, get some big ones. That purple's really great to add some color to, or use some contrast to that white on there. It really pops. It's okay if you get a big blop like that, because I'm gonna go back in. We're gonna make some comets and stuff like that, and just really kind of spark it up. Cool. So we got this nighttime sky that's kind of coming down. Now, we got our brush that's got all the colors on it, right? So we're gonna come in here. We're just gonna kind of, the moon has definitely got some texture to it. It's got a lot more white in it though. So, let's get this going here. You want to get as close as you can kind of to that edge. So we'll end up using a finer brush to kind of come in there and, you know, do all that business. So, that would be shiny side of that. Cool, I like it. Definitely got some texture to it. Now, we're not going to get super close. I mean, you could try really to get as close as you can with this brush, I suppose. Yeah, I guess we can. Take our time. White on there. I'm applying the white right to the brush just because I don't want to put it anywhere else. You don't want it. So I just put a little bit of white on the brush. Come in here, move that around a little bit. This has got enough of an edge on it, I suppose, that this doesn't really affect it a ton. Now, a little bit more of a highlight. You kind of come in here and make some swirls in that moon if you'd like, or the texture of that moon's really got some sun, like the bright spots and some cool. I like it. That's got a little bit more of an arc to it. There we go. Cool. So now we got that textured moon with some different blues and purples in there. You still have some left on there, so if you want to kind of dollop that in through there, that's totally cool. Gives you a little bit of depth and texture to it. So now we got just a little bit we're going to want to use. We'll just use this plate where we use it. I want to get just using a really fine brush here and get this edge into this moon so that we're not getting some weird that getting kind of funky. Same thing with this. Got that nice edge there, so it's a little bit more white. Just so that we have a defined edge to that. And then we can come back in with that brush. You know, and add. There, takes that line away. Kinda cool. Alright. And we want to use a little bit longer of a brush. So we're going to use our liner brush. We have this neat splat right here, right? So we're going to want to just use this as a little comet there. We'll backfill that. So we got some blue coming through. So go back and get some white. Neat, cool. All right, I like it. A little extra added bonus there. We like that. Hobby Lobby, yeah, shout out to Hobby Lobby. We love that. All right, so we got a little extra comet there, some moon glow. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do at the bottom here, we are gonna throw down some black. Sponge that through. Let's use this one. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna just kind of full coverage sponge this in. You can use a brush, no big deal. I'm just using a sponge because it's readily available. I had quite a few of them sitting right here. And it easily covers how we want it to cover. You want this to be relatively thick because you're going to see what we're going to do for texture here in a second. For this is kind of our ground. You can make a hill here if you want. You can make some trees if you'd like, you know, whatever you want to do. You know, make some pine trees up in there if you'd like. I'm just going to kind of texture this as ground because we're going to put something else in here that you'll see here in a second. Kind of looks neat. Gonna kind of cover the bottom of this painting since we're here. Oh. Sponges are great for that. Just a little swipe and you're done. Make sure you have no white showing through because it is ground, so make sure you get that full coverage through there. Cool. Here. All right, let's grab that fork and let's have some fun with that. Now, you can use a plastic fork. I'm using just a regular household fork, and we're just going to kind of come through here. We're going to want a little bit more black. I've never done this before, never seen this done before, so I just thought, what the heck, you know, we'll see what this looks like. It might not look good at all. And it's kind of just dragging through, and it's exposing the underside. I was thinking that it would look kind of neat for grass, but not so much. It's just, it looks, I don't know, you guys tell me. I don't know, does that look cool? Can you kind of see that? You get this kind of texture going on with the relief kind of the using the fork. Oh, I guess that's kind of cool. It's abstract, right? All right, neat. That's kind of cool. I like that. Cool, I like it. Looks like a little safari thing going on here. And depending on the fork, I mean, I got some of these tines look a little bit, we're only getting the edge ones. There we go. Cool. All right, so we got some crosshatchy stuff there. We're gonna grab that sponge back in here, kind of come in here a little bit so that it's not like you're seeing the bottom of those, all of them. It breaks it up. It gives it a little bit of dimension to the bottom of it. We're literally just using whatever black we had on here because we don't want it to be super thick, and just kind of coming through. Some patches might be a little higher than others. Cool. It breaks it up a little bit. Those bottoms, blurs it a little bit, so it does, you can't see that very tip of the bottom of the fork where I was at with that. Now, all right, cool. All right, so I kind of dig that. What do you guys think? Does that look cool? You know, just trying some different things. I was walking through Dollar General and just kind of looking at some of the things you could use, and I mean, I picked up these sponges that are like perfectly hockey puck round that you could use like to make planets and things like that. I mean, just, you got to have your creative mind on all the time. I mean, we could put a tree in here, you know, make it super cool. I mean, it does need something here. So, what do you guys think? Should we stay away from the tree or should we put one in here? I'm just going to put one in there. What the heck? Why not, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. We're just going to put a dead little something or other in here. Because we can. this is going to be an abstract tree because I'm pulling some color through here that I don't normally highlight with. And let's grab that fork again. Cool. Boom. So now we got some elements going on. Something here, starry sky, cratery looking meteor shooting through there, Halley's Comet. We got our cool moon glow, big moon. Used a paper plate and just used it as a void and then filled it in as we went. We got kind of the Serengeti feel to it. It's got some coolness to it, I like it. And we just kind of went with this little tree scenario here that's just kind of light and there's not a whole lot to it. I like it. Not a huge fan of that one. Cool. I'm liking this. So this is a super fine brush here that we're using just to add some very fine little accent branches. Thicken this up here. Unbelievable. Cool. Man, this almost has this tie-dye feel to it, you know? Super neat, man. I like this. This is cool. I really, really like this. And that is what's key, is that you like it. It's your piece. If somebody says, man, that doesn't look real. You know, I've seen some pretty strange stuff in my day, so it doesn't necessarily have to look real. As long as it looks, you know, real to you, in your mind, about what you feel is cool. You know, you may have learned something in doing the piece, and that's important too. Man, that is so cool. I love it. All right, let's P-dub this thing and get on to another piece. Feeling some positive energy tonight, guys. Yep, that one is cool. All right, let's pull this up and see what we got. 24. folks, still. We were up to 50 something. Oh my, look at that. We got ourselves a sweet big moon sky. This cool like dead tree. It's got a nice twisty curl to it. It's character. It's unique. We used fork. That is fork, my friend. We forked this thing. So this, like the Thanksgiving turkey, is done. Put a fork in it. Look at there, folks. That is some coolness right there. You know? What do you think? Is that pretty fun? I loved it. You know, it's just trying some different things. I've never used a fork on a painting before, or a paper plate like that, to use it as a void for the moon. What a cool idea that is. And then just kind of go with it. You know, obviously trees are my strong point. I love them. And to me, they're so unique. Every single one of them is different, just like us. And we need to be appreciated for our uniqueness and our beautifulness and our wonderful hearts and our minds and the creativity that we have. So really try to find something nice about somebody that maybe you haven't talked to in a while, and you know, pay them a compliment. Tell them what a great mother they are, or a great father they are, or what a hard worker they are. Tell a coworker, you know what, you're doing a great job, and I really appreciate having you around. So just pay somebody a compliment. Be nice to them. Maybe give them a gift out of the blue. It doesn't have to be expensive. Hey, man, I got you a soda out of the vending machine, you know, or a water, right? We're trying to be healthy. So, you know, just be nice to one another. Be kind. So I am going to jump right in here and do something else. Been getting some requests for some universe type stuff. I mean, we kind of did a little bit there, but you know what? I kind of want to use that sponge. So, that yellow or that round sponge. So guess what? I still have a black canvas left, and that's what we're gonna do. So, boom, we're gonna jump right in, folks. Sticking around for some creativity. So I want to use, let's do some. We're gonna do some fun stuff tonight. Use that and that. All right. I am just going on the fly with this, folks. I really like that big old waspy brush that we had there. I think we'll use this one. Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's do this. Alright, we got a clean black canvas. Yeah, positive energy, guys. Let's keep the positivity going. Pay each other compliments. Be nice to one another. It doesn't take much work and effort to say something nice. You know, it takes a lot more muscles in your face to frown than it does to smile. So smile! If you smile at somebody, 90% of the time they're going to smile back at you. Guess what? You just made somebody smile and you didn't say nothing. So, do it. I challenge each one of you to do it. So we still got 19 folks. So 19 folks are in for a treat here. We're gonna make a little cosmos here and see how this turns out. Okay? Let's do it. Let's do it. So we are using metallic berry and metallic sapphire, because we want some shine to this galaxy. And then we're gonna do some white and some black. We already have black, but we might want to just downgrade. So what we're going to do is we're going to put kind of a little cosmos through here. See what that looks like. We're using our fancy brush that we got the other day. Not cheap. I usually don't buy a whole lot of stuff full price, but this I had to have. So again, we're kind of rolling this through here, giving us a little different texture. And we're having some movement. Now, it doesn't matter where you put these things or how you want this pattern laid out, but for me, I like kind of an S-curvy type thing. And this is kind of always been my thing. If I'm doodling, I'm doing like figure eights or infinity sign, you know, like the 1111 type thing. Super cool. All right, man, this is gonna be so neat because this is gonna totally shine and be very cosmic looking. All right, so we got our blue base kind of going. Some of this is a little thicker than other spots, which is cool. We're gonna kind of do that. That black kind of shines through on some stuff. It's kind of just like this wispy, cosmic kind of feel to it. So no sharp edges, no weird angles to it. But it's definitely got some fuzz, like you're driving through a nebula in your spaceship. Cool. All right. Now we're just going to use that same brush and kind of come in here with some pinks. This is going to have this outer cloud to it, and it's really cool because this is still wet, and I like to work when it's wet because it's going to blend. We're going to have some kind of purple mid-tone color in here. We're also going to have some highlighted colors. You know, some of this red's going to come in here and highlight on the outside. Kind of looks like a splash of paint color. Kind of come all the way through here. Man, I love this brush. It's so cool. Neat. Love it. Get some edges to this and kind of come through and highlight some of this stuff. You know, I don't know a whole lot of you that have really been out in space, like astronaut style, but you know, if you're seeing pictures and stuff or paintings that somebody have done, you know, it's kind of an interpretation of that. So really, you know, you can't be super wrong. All right, we're going to kind of come in after we've patterned this out a little bit, and there's some highlights here. Let's kind of mute it out this way. We're going to kind of mute some of this as we go. And we'll tap some of that blue back in there over top of this, just to kind of get, like, we don't know which is first. Did the pink come in first or did the blue? Can't really tell, so we're just going to kind of do that with some highlights.
Try it now, free for 30 days.
See how this turns out.
Try Amazon Music on
We want it to be cloudy in some spots because it looks like gases and kind of stuff, you know, and a little bit highlights, low lights, so neat. I love it. Some highlights, some really bright spots. We thicken that up. Just kind of. You don't want any straight lines. That's kind of the key here. If you see a straight line, kind of puff it around and make it look more like clouds. What do you think? We're digging it? Loving the colors. Hey, yeah, that's awesome, right? So now we're just gonna, I'm literally just getting just a hint of white, just a little bit, because we're gonna really kind of, not even too much, just a little bit. And literally we're gonna come in here, that is even too much. And we're just gonna work some of this as highlights into some of this. And these are gonna be longer, and just kind of really don't want a ton of this on here. So we're gonna roll this brush around and find a spot without any white, but there we go, that looks a little cooler. Alright, so we want this pattern to be a little more broken up. Alright, we're gonna kind of take some of this and just fade it out into here, because this has got some white, which I'm really just kind of, it's more like I said, with the gases. And again, we're going to kind of come over some of this more with some pinks. All right, grab that pink, go right back into there, work it right into that faded white area, and it's going to really give it some poppy, cloudy feel to it. We got some, oh, what's going on? Is this first? Is that first? Looks cloudy, can't really tell what's going on. Again, you can keep coming. I'm using the same brush. Some more blues, that blue to really shine through. We didn't want to mute that out a whole lot, so let's really get some blues up in here. Fade that right into the red. So this white actually kind of looks like it's behind the blue, popping through, not really sitting on top of it, which is kind of what we want. Like it's gases that were behind the blue. And it's kind of worked its way through, kind of like that. Cool. All right. Nebulous. It's kind of cool. Nobody's got rules for this, right? You're not like, hey, wait a minute. Last time I saw that, it didn't look like that. Okay. I'll take your word for it, but got some bursts off into here. Like it. Okay. Cool. Everybody on board? Digging it? Still neat? Cool. And remember, guys, you're done with the piece when you feel like you're done. Don't let somebody else say, hey, you shouldn't have done that, or you should have done this. You know, that's personal opinion, my friends. That's why lots of people go to art galleries and stare at pieces for hours and be like, hey, I think they were trying to do this. And, you know, that's always fun, but you never know. So you ask the artist. That's a good thing too, you know. If you can always, me as an artist, I like to hear people tell me what they think the piece means and what it looks like to them, you know? Because honestly, it's different for everybody. All right, what should we do here for a planet color? Oh yeah. Get a fresh plate. All right, let's bust these bad boys out. All right. So we got sponge, not super porous. It's a synthetic sponge, not a real seafoam sponge. But all we're really doing is trying to get, I put some copper down. All we're trying to do is get full coverage of this. Go right in here. Kind of a neat color there. And I'm gonna do other color. Ooh, yeah, let's just do some. What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, silver. All right, let's pop that on there. I'm gonna use the same sponge. It's got some copper on it, but I'm gonna mix some silver in with it. It'll be like a tie-dye type deal. All right. Where should we put this bad boy? Right here? Cool. It's got some different. I'm actually going to do that over top of this one, just a hint. Give just a little hint of texture on one side. Cool. A couple planets. What we want to do here. Speckle it? Yes. I like where your head's at. Boom. Planets, nebulous, coolness. I like it. So, I'll like it even more here in a second when we okay, let's make this our I love to talk, but not when I'm really trying to concentrate. Sorry about that. Alright, we're gonna have another one. Alright. Yeah, let's do this one. Cool. One down here. Cool. I like it. It's got movement. You got some cool stars. Make some of them pop just a little bit. I got a nice bright one there. Make one right here. kind of filling in some of those stars where I drug my brush through it. So we didn't want it to have a valley, but sometimes I think it's unavoidable. Cool. I like it. Make sure you put a little white dot in the middle, just because that middle of that star is definitely going to have some brightness to it. Neat. I like it. I like it a lot. There's your cosmos, people. Space-time continuum. Let's put our Pete dub on that. Yeah. Who says Pete only does trees? Right? Thinking outside the box, doing something different. That's not a tree in sight, unless there's one on one of those planets. Right? There we are. Ladies and gentlemen. Something different, something cool. Something starry. I almost wondered if I painted the sides of the canvas, but it's black, so didn't need to worry about it. Whoa, hello, what do we got here? We got some shiny nebulous, some planets, some stars. We got some comets and shooting stars, and you name it, man. Look at that. How cool is that? It's got some shininess to it. It's got some transparency to it. If you get right up close to it, you can still see some of that black shining through, but it definitely pops. There's no doubt there is color to this. This is going to look cool in the kids' room. It's adult enough to put out, in a living room somewhere. I love it. Yes, check that out. Cool. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Doing something different. We did a Cosmos piece. We got, must be the full moon that we had the other night, because we definitely got some planets going. Here's piece number 1 for some of you folks that are just joining us. We used a paper plate to use a void in this area, and then painted it afterwards. Kind of worked that sky down, used tinfoil ball to texture all this, used a fork to lift up some of this and relief some of this grass. I mean, look at that, guys. That's super cool. There's like a void, but there's still color to it. And of course we had to throw a tree in there because it just had an empty spot. So I love tonight. So different. You never know what you're going to get tuning in here to Painting with Pete. Positive Pete, we're just trying some new things. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for all your positivity, your energy, everything you've sent to me. The paintings people are doing are just amazing. I'm learning things from them. It's challenging me. It's making me want to be better. Trying to think outside the box and one-up myself every time. I'm thinking outside the box here, not just doing trees. Thank you guys for being on me for that. That is constructive criticism. Want to learn some new things. Got some really cool things on the horizon, guys. Some classes, all sorts of stuff. Going to be featuring a new product here soon, maybe tomorrow night. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about that, but be positive. Send me your ideas, thoughts, and questions, concerns, whatever you might have. I appreciate you guys as friends and as colleagues, because a lot of you are painting. Paint. Get it out there. Do something different. If it doesn't look good, paint over it, do it again. That's one cool thing about it. So I don't know if I'll be doing it anymore later. I might. I'm riding this positive train. I'm feeling great. This is great. We just knocked out 2 pieces in like an hour. So super fun. So if I'm on. I'm not going to announce it, but if I'm on, I'll turn it on and we'll chat. So I love you guys. Be safe out there. Love each other. Pay somebody a compliment tomorrow. And we'll talk to you later. Take care. I love you. Bye.